Now it's time to be dangerous. Now it's time to get risky. Now it's time to truly find out what you're made of and what you could achieve. Now it's time to truly find out how many lives you can impact. Now it's time to find out what you were destined to become.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to Raw Minds. Today we're bringing you another episode of Raw Dads. We got Scott back for round 3. I believe this is, yes, the round 3. And this time we're just going to shoot the shit, breeze about life, fatherhood, and what's coming up next for Dad Talks. We've done this a couple times before, but every time it gets better and better and the conversation gets real. And, this is a kind of thing that we're starting to do on a monthly thing. So let's talk about the wins, the struggles, and everything in between. And if you enjoy the vibe, make sure that you hit the subscription button, follow, and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. It's huge and does a lot for Raw Minds. So we appreciate it. And thanks for everybody for tuning in. And let's get into this legendary chat. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm all right, man. Life's got its struggles, definitely, but it's just a matter of going through that shit and learning your lessons and getting stronger, I guess.
You're telling me, buddy. It's been a long couple months of learning lessons, I think.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
know what, man? It's gonna make
rugged.
it's gonna make you stronger. Definitely. Before we
hope
get
so.
into anything, though, I just want to can you plug your shit, man? Can you plug all your stuff for everybody out there?
Absolutely. So we're on YouTube under Dad Talks. I'm on TikTok on Dad Talks. We're on Facebook at Dad Talks. We're also at Gmail. It's dadtalks.2025@gmail.com. If anybody wants to come on the podcast or if anybody's got an interesting story to tell, we love hearing that shit just as much as you guys do.
Hell yeah.
I think that's it for right now. We're working on the Discord and the Facebook or the web page, but as you know, it's kind of a struggle right now. I'm doing this solo until Zach decides he wants to come back.
That's what I was going to say. What's the biggest change? We haven't seen each other in a minute here, right? So I just wonder what's the biggest change in the life since we last talked on Raw Dads.
So Zachary has got a bunch of stuff going on now. He's pretty busy. He's about to have a new kid. Well, not about to, but in a couple months he is. And his fiance was on bed rest for a while, so he's pretty busy at home. So I decided I was going to carry on the torch by myself. Try this out for a little while, see how it goes. I did a podcast last night with Adam Windsor. He was a financial advisor. As you know, you hooked me up with him. The dude was mad cool, taught me a lot of stuff about financial literacy and pointed me in the right direction to talk to some people in the States that know what they're doing with it. So I'm pretty excited to talk to them. Myself, buddy, I went through it. So I hate to say it, but I relapsed again, rugged, for the second time. I'm not too proud to say it. And I spent some time in a rehab trying to better myself, get back to where I needed to be to do the podcast, right? Yeah. And I'm happy to say I'm 3 months sober now.
Good for you, man. I just going to stop you there, man. Like, it takes a lot of courage to even just come out and say that, man. So I I've always had your back and I support you, man, no matter what. I don't care if it's day 1, day 2, day fucking a million, it doesn't matter, man. As long as you just get to the next day, that's all that matters. And you know what, like I say all the time, man, like we fuck up. We're only human. And it's okay to take a knee. And look, you're going through the process, and you're killing it, man. You're doing the good job that and you're following the path that you should be following to stay clean right now. And I'm proud of you, man. So keep up the good work, brother.
Yeah, and as we talked about back in the day, right? Anytime our story can help somebody else out, I'm more than willing to help. Yeah. And the struggle is real. I remember back in the day thinking it was just a willpower thing. And man, it's so much more than that. I don't want to go down the road and call it a disease or whatever, but it's a struggle. It was a struggle for a while. So I'm glad people like you guys are out there putting out the good word for men's mental health, and I'm trying to do the same now for recovery. It helps when people.
You're not trying. You're doing it, bro. You're doing it. You're doing it right now. Well, you know what I mean? You're not trying. You're doing it, man.
I understand. I'm sure I could be of more help somewhere else, and I'm sure eventually a path will lead me down to do more help and more good. But I'm just trying to get the story out there, bro. Like it's a real thing. And a lot of people in both countries struggle from it. Like
Oh yeah.
America and Canada, millions of people every day.
Yeah. Everywhere, even just not just that, man, around the world, really. I mean, and I just want to say too, like I just hit 27 different countries now we're in, man. Like it's crazy, you know. So
That's
thank you,
wicked.
everybody. Yeah, man. And I just want to say thank you, everybody that's listening. I see all of you guys. You know, I see all the countries from like where you guys are tuning in, man, and it means the world to me. It means the world to me. So thank you. It's worldwide, man. You know what I mean? Like mental health is worldwide.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. And I hope
Yeah.
someday Dad Talks hits that number too, you know. But
Hell yeah, man.
as it is right now, it's great watching you guys grow. You know, I love seeing that because I know Zach and we started talking to you as you were in 4 countries
Yeah.
a handful of
No,
months ago.
I think it was 9. I was in 9 at that. I think at that time.
See
Yeah.
how much you've grown in just a couple months that I've known you, bro. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
man.
You've got a lot
Yeah,
of great
it's
content.
crazy.
You've got a lot of great stuff for the men's mental health. And I know you guys are
Appreciate
like
that.
strong advocates for it. And there needs to
Yeah.
be more of that, man, because that's another fucking killer. A killer. So many people just scoff at it. Just like people scoffed at addiction, you know? And they're
Yeah.
two very
Yeah.
serious problems that run rampant that people don't discuss in a positive manner like they should.
Well, then they come hand in hand, right? You know what I mean? Most of the time it's hand in hand. You know, people can't deal with the situations that are happening in front of them properly because sometimes they don't have the tools, or you know what, sometimes it's just too much, man. I've been there. I know what it feels like, you know what I mean? I understand, you know, and you just want to escape, and whatever your poison is, man, some people just do that, right? And they escape through that, and it's to shut the world out, you know. But at the end of the day, you got to wake up the next day and it's still going to be there, you know. Just like if people move, you know, people will move across the world like, oh, this life sucks, I got to move. Well, your problems just don't disappear, they move with you, and then
That's right.
you're making new problems too. You're run into new problems, you know. You can't run away from things at the end of the day. And I know it's easier said than done. I know it. I understand it. You know, I understand if like you're having a bad day and all you want to do is pick up the pipe or take the bottle or whatever your poison is. I understand that, man. You know, I
Yeah.
get it. I get it. I really do. But it's not the answer.
No, see, and I was the exact opposite, man, because I liked cocaine, and
Hmm.
cocaine was a great time. And the problem is that I never had any severe consequences from it. You know, I was one of those people that would go out to the bar a little bit at night and, hey, I'm going to find cocaine within 40 minutes of that second beer. Absolutely,
Hmm.
because why not keep this good time rolling? And I was one of those people that thought the work hard, play hard group, you know, like I work all week. I work 60, 70, 80 hours a week. Why can't I go out as long as I maintain a job, right? It's just not the truth of it, because
Hmm.
eventually the negative parts of it are going to kick in. Eventually you're going to get that kick, and it's going to be bad because it's been building up for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
that's what it was.
You can't you can't contain or I can't even say the word, but like you can't keep on going with that in life. Like you really want to be able to like sleep an hour, maybe half an hour. Some days no, you don't even sleep, and then you got to go to work again. Like how healthy is that? And then you come back and crash,
Terrible.
and then you're ruining everything. You know what I mean? That's the truth of it. That really is the truth of it.
God, I
Not to
know it.
mention, you're looking out the windows and you think that there's fucking tree ninjas. You know what I mean? You get to the point where you got like sleep deprivation. And you think there's tree ninjas. I'm like, I'll tell you a story. I used to live on the 24th floor, and this is when I used to party and do lots of cocaine. And my buddy's at the house and he's partying, and he starts looking out my window, and I'm like, "What are you looking for?" He's like, "Man, there's people out there." I'm like, "Who the fuck is outside? Spider Man? We're on the 24th floor." You know what I mean? Like it just makes you go crazy, dude.
Oh
You
God, I
know?
know it. I know it. See,
Yeah,
it wasn't so bad with cocaine, but I knew a lot of people that fell down that rabbit hole that were like that. It's
yeah,
terrible to see. At the time, it's not that terrible. You think it's hilarious, but looking back, you're like, oh my God, I
yeah,
feel bad for that poor fuck.
yeah, man. Yeah,
Sometimes it's terrible.
and you
And
never know what's
again,
in it now, too, right?
that's the other danger, bro. That is the other
Yeah,
danger. People don't think about that. Drug
yeah,
dealers are not honest people. I don't know if
yeah.
you know this, but It's not
Really?
an honest trade.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk it, right? Everybody's
Yeah.
out there like, yeah, my guy wouldn't do that. Your guy would
Yeah.
100%
Well,
put something fucked up in your bag.
has your drug dealer ever told you I'll be there in 15 minutes and he shows up half an hour later? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's gonna fucking
God,
lie to you if he puts something in that shit, or like half the time he doesn't even know what's in it, man. And like I don't understand these guys. Like, oh no, I got the cleanest shit around. My stuff is so clean. How the fuck do you know your shit's so clean? What about where they got it from and where they got it from and where they got it from? Do you know how many people have stepped on this shit before you even looked at it? You know what I mean?
absolutely. Absolutely. And let's hook back because I love the conspiracy theory bullshit, right?
Yeah.
I'm into it deep.
I'm with you on that one, brother.
But fentanyl, for Christ's sakes, that's poison. Drug dealers aren't putting that shit in there that's a controlled burn of society's dregs, I think.
Definitely, man. There's
I
something bigger going on, man. Just ruining society.
100%.
You know, I
100%. It's a good
I
thing we're not
agree
that
about it.
famous yet.
Yeah, yeah,
We'd
no
have the
kidding,
Clintons
man.
coming after us for it.
Or just Hillary.
Yeah,
We
just
want to see
Hillary.
the emails. We want to see the emails.
Then you get an assassin at your door,
Yeah,
stabbed in the back,
definitely.
57.
Yeah, yeah. Suicide stabbed in the
Yeah.
back. That's
Oh,
awesome, man. Fuck. But that's the sad reality, man. Is like we live in that. I mean, that's how my fiance passed away. You know what I mean? Like it's the OD, man, of fucking all this concoction of fucking shit, man, that we got on the streets now. And there's more shit. Like what blows my mind is who like made this and was like, I'm gonna try that. Like where it comes from just blows my mind. These chemists, I don't know, man. It just
dude, I
I don't
always
know.
thought about that. I
Yeah.
want to know the first person that walked through the woods and saw a marijuana plant and decided, hey, if I burn that and inhale it, you
Yeah.
get super fucked up.
I want to.
I
I want
want
to
to.
know about the first person that drank milk. Like, if I just suck on this thing right here, like, you know what I mean?
That's another good point. Nobody ever brings this shit up.
No,
It's a
man.
wild point. Some
Yeah,
dude was just out in the wild and decided to suck on a cow teat and said,
yeah.
"Hey, fuck, we should have that for breakfast every day."
I'm putting that motherfucker in my cereal.
Exactly. Up until then, it was Craig put water in his cornflakes.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I remember like in my late teens, we'd go camping and it would be beer and cereal. Man, we never brought milk because like it's hot out,
What?
right? Beer and
That is
cereal was disgusting.
disgusting.
Fucking rights it was. I was young and stupid.
Man, at least
Yeah,
when we went camping, we cooked. You had that open fire, a cast iron
yeah.
skillet. We do good breakfast every morning. That's
Don't
the
get me wrong. It wasn't just cereal that we had, but I mean that was just wake up, you just feel like shit, too tired, too fucking hungover to cook. I'm pouring some fucking hair on the dog right on my cereal, and let's give her again.
oh God, yes. Or
That
drinking.
was nasty.
Lord. Maybe not this 4th of July because I'm on currently,
Yeah,
but a couple 4th of Julys ago, we went to Old Forge and we stayed in like these cabins with my buddy. And I remember drinking all night, waking up for the 4th of July at 9 o'clock the next morning after being up until 5, and then going right at it again.
yeah.
Absolutely. Camping was a great time, Lord. But since I've had kids,
Hey,
it's changed.
yeah. I haven't gone camping in fucking years, to be honest with you, man. I have. I got a 6-man tent, but like I don't know. I got to do it. I haven't done it. I don't know. Too much going on in my life, man. I say it all the time. Stop and smell the roses. I gotta do that too right now. I got a lot
I
going on.
agree.
So, but
It's
I mean,
hard
like,
though.
it is hard, man. It is hard, especially when you're trying to, make something out of this. At the end of the day, I would love to do this, full time. I'm a full time father. I got my daughter full time. She lives with me.
Hmm.
It's hard to do construction, have a little girl because the hours are like all over the place. You know what I mean? Like trying to
Oh,
get her
yeah.
to school, pick her up, spend time with her. But at the same time, they want me to put in like 10, 12-hour days. You know what I mean? It's hard, man. So, I mean, this is the dream. And hopefully one day, with the help of everybody listening, I'll get there, man. So,
Absolutely. Just keep pegging at it, my man. You produce
yeah,
great
brother.
content and you pick up followers all the time. But like there's
Thanks,
no
man.
absolutely it's gonna happen.
Yeah, we just hit 14.5 followers, man, now on TikTok. So thank you everybody for that, man. So appreciate
Wow.
you all. Yeah,
Good
yeah, it was
good
big.
for you. I'm fighting
Yeah.
for 3,000 right now, for Christ's sakes.
It
And
comes, man.
I'm on TikTok more than any 16-year-old girl. I just refuse to do the dances.
Yeah, I mean it's the new addiction, but it's great. Honestly, it is great for networking, man. You know what I mean? I met a lot of
It
beautiful
is.
people, and it's just amazing and meeting cool people all around the world. I mean, fuck, I met you off of social media, man, and look, we're great
Right?
friends now, right?
Talk all the
So
time.
yeah, man.
Thank God for that one lucky FB post I posted.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
That's how hook.
that's wild.
Yeah, that was it, man. So what you want to talk a little bit about sobriety here, just so anybody that listening and like some good tips that maybe you've came up with or heard or followed that could help other people.
Well, I'm going to tell you, for the first month, I hated it. I was like, sobriety is terrible. It's for the birds. No wonder squares, I call them squares or civilians, no wonder they all turn to it eventually. Now, I'm California sober. I'm still puffing a little bit here and there. Definitely not as much as I used to. But I feel so much clearer. I feel so much better. Like, life is. I lost the laughter, I think. And that was my biggest loss. So 28 days in rehab. I know you're not supposed to talk about it with fond memories, but I have never laughed so hard.
That's
It's
good,
been
man.
forever. It's been forever. And you don't notice that you miss it until you get it back, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
spent
laughter
more.
is huge, man. Sorry to cut you, but laughter is huge. You know what I mean? It changes people's lives. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or even just a smile. We say this all the time. You walk down the street, someone could be having a bad day. You just smile at them or say hi or something. You know what I mean? Just to put a smile on their face. And they could be going and fucking gonna go kill whoever, and then you could have just changed their life, or they could be taking their own life. And you know what I mean? It's huge, huge.
What's that? What's that Mick Jagger lyric? A smile relieves a heart that grieves.
I like that. I
I
like
can't
that.
remember what song that is. Waiting on a Friend by the Rolling
Waiting on a friend.
Stones. Yeah. I mean, it's true. It's true. I
Yeah.
100% agree. And the drug, as good a time as I thought I was having, I look back and I couldn't remember laughing like I did while I was sober as much when I was in active addiction, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, you're
Like
doing
I
the wrong
said,
drug for laughing. You got to be doing shrooms, all right? If you're gonna laugh, I'm just making a stupid joke at the end of the day, but yeah,
see, now that's funny, but at the same time, I don't consider mushrooms a drug, honestly.
yeah, I hear you.
It's a natural, do nothing to it substance. I mean, not that
A
I've
herb.
partaken since I've been back, but at the same time, I feel like mushrooms are not terrible. Look at Terrence McKenna, dude. He raved about them. If you go
Mm-hmm.
by his theories, man didn't come about if we didn't find mushrooms as the great apes. The stoned ape theory, where like
Mm-hmm.
thousands of years ago, monkeys started coming out of the jungles, right? And walking on the plains, and they flipped over a bunch of shit patties from the big ungulates, which were like giant cows back in the day, and they found mushrooms. And that's Terrence McKenna's explanation as to why the human brain grew 40% in so many thousands of years, like very fast in comparative speech, I guess, because it was
Yeah,
supposed to take millions of years. I don't know. I'm a big nerd. I love that shit.
yeah, man. Fuck yeah.
But anyway, back to it. Yeah, I agree. Like, cocaine was definitely not the laughter drug. It was the going out and having a good time drug. But it really wasn't that great of a time because it got dark towards the end, man. It got dark. I ruined a great relationship right before I left. I was pretty sad about that. And I noticed, like, after I started to get sober, I was like, yeah, Scott, you were kind of fucked up there. That was your fault, 100%. And you
Mm-hmm.
don't sit and self-criticize while you're in active addiction. You don't think about things like that, or the hurt you cause to others, or any countless things. Like, I took time away from my kids to go use drugs, and I didn't really think about that until I started to sober up again, because I was in active addiction for quite a few months this time, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably nigh on 6 months, and I didn't notice it until I got sober and came home, and people tell me how different I looked or how different I'm acting comparatively. And I had to sit down and think about it. And I was like, yeah, you're right. You're right. I didn't notice it at all.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a journey. It's been.
What was the awakening for that? Is like kind of when you started laughing again? Was that like the awakening of missing and knowing that, you know, that wasn't you, I guess you could say, and that was just this other part of you that just a dark part of you, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I went to rehab for 28 days, and it took me about, I don't know, week two. I started to hang out with a group of guys there. There was an old dude from the Bronx. He was like 65, and then another old head that was there. He was like 50 something, and we'd play dominoes every night. And these two old fuckers were a riot, a riot. I still talk to them, and Mike and Bernie. I still talk to them to this day. No,
All good. Man down.
no. See, it's this new setup. Had Zach been here, this would have been fucking perfect. But I've got to try it on my own now, and it's kind of rough.
Hell yeah.
He was the tech guy, but so I'd play dominoes with them every day, and they would have me cracking up. And I just sat down and I thought about it one night after I got done playing dominoes, and I was like, you know, I have not laughed like that in months and months. And it was so nice. And then it was just a flood of emotions come back, right? And then you start thinking about all the other things that you either A, missed out on, or B, messed up. And it just hits you. And that's a tough part too, man. I got to tell you, had I tried to do it on my own and not been in rehab after those 2 weeks and I saw what happened, I probably would have turned back to using again.
Yeah.
Right. And that's a tough part. So I would say a trick that helps: seek help. If you think you're too far down that rabbit hole, like, and you're having a tough time coming out, go get help, dude. You don't have to pay a penny out of pocket. And there's so many fucking places, so many. You could throw a stone and hit a sober house, right? And now, not everybody needs to do the rehab, sober house, halfway house, whatever route, right? Sometimes you just need that 28 days to get clean and stay clean. Because once you get sober and you think about all those guilt trips and those things that you went through, you're going to want to turn to use again, because you're not going to know any healthy coping habits to get you through that time. That's why you go to these places. You learn those healthy coping habits. You learn what you're supposed to do when you start sobering up.
And having
And the
those
other
triggers,
thing, yeah. And the other thing I would say is stay busy. Like I've always been busy. As you know, I've always worked a job. I've done self businesses, right? I run a cleaning business and we do a handyman service. When I was with Zach, we would do similar, and we were logging. And we had hours to work on the podcast. You know, we built that podcast room from scratch. Thanks to you guys, you know, thanks God I met you early in our podcast career, but we had to go through a lot of stuff, and that kept me busy. But I've noticed now that I'm sober, and I try and stay even busier, right?
Yeah.
Like I take all those wasted hours and I push them into something positive and productive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's when your mind starts going too, right? When you're not doing anything, you're just sitting there twiddling your thumbs, man. You know, next thing you know, you're going to have these thoughts like, hey, I want to get high, or I want to drink, or whatever your poison is, right? You know what I mean? That's the most dangerous spot to be in, definitely, is in your head. You know, it is the most dangerous spot to be in, is in your head. It's just, I don't know, man. It's a way of, you know, trying to trick your brain, I guess, by staying busy, you know? So like what is it? I do it all the time with my daughter, redirecting. You know what I mean? It's all about redirecting, especially with kids. You just got to do it with your mind, man. I mean, you know, eventually you won't even have to do that, and it'll just come natural.
I agree. And there's a lot of people out in the sobriety community that would say, like, you're just trading one addiction for another. And I would disagree with them wholeheartedly, right? You're putting all that negative energy into something positive now. So albeit, yeah, you are kind of trading it off for something else. But in the same token, I'm not out there destroying my body, right? I'm not out there destroying my mind.
But there's positive
And
addictions. You know what I mean?
I agree. And I've got several of them now. Like this podcast is one of them. Working out, I was always a big fitness buff, right? Like I did strongman previously, and I did jujitsu for like 15 years. We did arm wrestling. You know, there was different bouts and stuff, but now I'm getting super serious about the weightlifting and fitness building community too.
Good
which
for
is
you,
sweet,
man.
because it's a bunch of positive people, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Especially
I
at the
dig it.
gym. Everybody's bringing you up, right? Everybody's bringing you up. They want to see you lift that shit. I mean, good people,
Sometimes.
man. Like the good people. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you're going to get those fucking haters everywhere. You know what I mean? But like, what I've noticed is like a lot of people at the gym are like help you. You know, I've had guests on here that talked about that too. His whole family was like a gym life of like, you know, that he lost his main friends, and these gym people became his real friends because they were, you know, encouraging him and like wanted the best for him, you know, where his other friends were like, let's go drink, let's go do this, let's go do this. But these other guys like, no, like get that protein in you. Let's work out, stay away from that bad shit, you know, bring good energy in.
And that's great, man. And that's what you need. That's another good
Yeah.
thing is to have a what's the term for it? I want to
Support
like
group.
yeah, a sober support network, right? Any
Mm-hmm.
kind of sober people that you can keep around you is super healthy because you that's another part of this. I'm going to quote it right. Sad part of getting sober, like you're lonely for a little bit, right? Because everybody you used to hang out with was cool back in the day, and you didn't want to hang out with
Mm-hmm.
squares. But now it's the exact opposite, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the people in that addiction community kind of look down on it. They think you're stuck up now, right? You got to push past that. Those people, I think of it like Jordan Peterson's lobster pot thing. Did you ever hear him talk about the why lobsters have
No.
bands on them in the tank? So if they took the bands off of the lobsters in the tank, one would try to climb for freedom, and the rest of them would cut that sucker down quick, right? And that's how people are as a whole, I think, especially the negative people that hang out in addiction.
Definitely.
If they see you try and climb out of that hole, they're going to try and cut you back down. You're not
Yep.
better than them. What makes you think you're better? But
Mm.
that's you got to get past that thinking, man. It wasn't very hard for me because I noticed it almost immediately. People will try and bring you back down to their level if they can at all possible. And
Ain't
it's
that the
sad.
truth, man? Well,
Yeah.
it's like, what do they say? Like, there's a picture, and these two guys are in a boat, and one guy's taking the water and push, like, because there's water inside the boat, they're sinking, and one
Okay.
guy's like dishing out the water, while the other guy's got a drill and he's drilling holes in the boat behind him. You know,
Okay.
and it's usually like the people in your circle is the ones that are like, you know, like want you to fail, man, and it's sad. You know, it's really sad, and it's like it's you got to figure out who really is there to see you do good. You know, there's a lot of people out there that'll smile and be like, "Hey, yeah, yeah, go, go, go," but as soon as you turn around, man, they got that knife and they're ready to stab it right in your back.
And it's
And it's sad.
ridiculous. So I think you tell me all the time, right? Like when I thank you for helping me out and shit, you're always quick with pointers on how to do the podcast better or what kind of software we should be using. And I try and heed your advice, but I always thank you. And you're like, I'm just trying to give it back, brother. Now, if more people thought like that, because if we push each other up, eventually somebody's going to make it up there, right? Somebody's going to make it up here where they want to be. And that one guy is going to reach back and help drag everybody else up that was there, right?
100%, man.
And
100%.
that's a lot of people don't think like that, dude. A lot of people
Yeah.
think that you're going to get up there and start kicking them down.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
it's
that's how we
shitty.
met, man. That's how we met.
That's what I'm
you know?
saying. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
dude. I'm like, I went through this. I had problems here. This was easy for me. Let me show you. Do this, do that. You know, don't do that. You know, because I went through these problems and I did it alone. No one told me how to do it. And I was like, fuck. Like, you know, if I can help someone else not deal with that and help speed up their process, you know, and make them have good quality content, why not? Like, at the end of the day, what does it matter? Like, you're helping someone. It's good karma. You know?
Exactly. And I'm going to be honest, Eric, and not to pull your ass or nothing, but had you not been there to lend those hands early at the beginning, I don't think we would have made it this far, bro. Like we were
I
just two
appreciate
idiots
that.
jumping on and saying, oh, we're going to make a podcast. But there's a fucking lot more to it than that. If you have
There's
no
a
idea
lot.
how to edit it, so that's what I'm saying. If somebody at the top hadn't reached back and helped yank us up here, it would have been a rough go to get up here.
Yeah.
Had we made this many episodes, right?
Yeah, and then that's what it's all about, man. And not just you. I've helped other people too, you know? And out of the goodness of my heart, because I just want to see people do good in life, man. You know, I want to see everybody around me win, you know? And maybe one day they'll remember the small guy. Or if I make it up there, if you make it up, someone makes it up there. And like you said, turns around and reaches around, grabs that hand and pulls him up. You know, it's about a community. It's a village. And especially on men's mental health. Like, we need it now than ever. you know, and it blows my mind. You go on TikTok and you see these, you just see
Get it.
people
Let's hear it.
doing like dumb stuff, man. And I'm gonna tell you, it's straight up like a lot of it's like online panhandling. At the end of the day, man, you know, I feel like people need money, and this is, you know, maybe some people are good at it. Don't get me wrong, but that's how I find it. You know, you can send your emails to rawminds at Erick at Hotmail if you don't like it. But I mean, that's like at the end of the day, there's all this just shit content out there, and it's getting millions of views. Millions of
Yeah.
views. There's a guy
God.
that just, what is it? I forget what it's called, but it's a guy that opens doors with a shoe. The whole fucking page is just a guy opening doors with, and he's got hundreds of thousands of views. Like,
Wild.
and then here, like real people are talking about real fucking problems, you know, and it doesn't get pushed out there. It's a sad fucking thing, man. At the end of the day, it's a sad fucking thing.
You fucking right, because we want as a whole to promote bullshit. And that's what we promote. Like, look at what entertainment. I would consider us entertainment, but at the same time, it's educational entertainment, right?
Yeah,
because you're getting real fucking stories from real people that have been through real problems, right? It's not some dude smacking another dude with a fucking fish, or some girl saying that she's got a spit on it, right? You got to hop to it. That bitch was so famous for saying she spits on dick.
Yeah,
that's all.
It's ridiculous.
Not
just
only
one
is
line.
it vulgar,
it was one fucking line.
Not only is it vulgar as fuck, like that shows you the fucking level of education in American society nowadays. I feel the hoification of the world.
Yeah,
it's
crazy.
terrible. My grandmother would turn over in her fucking grave if she ever saw that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do, man. Look, what about all these vets that like fought for the, you know, their lives, and like, you know, like lost everything, lost their, you know, their friends beside them, you know, like going through all these like World War I's to fight to have like beautiful rights and have like a beautiful world. And all we care about is haktua. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking disgusting.
And bullshit.
Yeah.
That minor side note, that lady got arrested, I think, or at least charged, because she had scammed a bunch of people on that crypto coin. Did you hear about that?
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Ninja saying she didn't know. It's a joke, man.
Bullshit.
At the end of the day. Yeah. We need to make mental health and like single father stuff, mental health, anything with mental, men and women. That needs to be ahead of the line, because we're like, last episode I had Char on, amazing person. You know, she's awesome. If you don't know Char, check out Char, follow her. You know, she's huge men's mental health advocate. And
she's the girl with the British accent, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
She's awesome.
I know who you're talking about.
And I mean, fuck, I totally lost where I was going with that now. Shit.
I got you. I think we need to focus more on educating ourselves about these problems. Well, in both our countries, because it's a giant thing affecting millions and millions of people, whether it be addiction or mental health or single fathers, right? These are problems that have been around forever and ever and ever, and we don't talk about them, and they're just getting worse by the day.
Well, I remember, like, she's had her channel cut down, banned so many times, man, because she's speaking the truth. You know, and she's a woman. Even harder is she's a woman in men's mental health. You know, so she's getting attacked all this time, and they've taken her down so many times. It's bullshit, man. You know, and we need more people like her in this world to push that, because it should be number one. You know, this should be number one. Yeah, okay, I remember too. So what she told me, because I said a man dies almost every minute from suicide, and she says now it's down to even 30 seconds. A man has taken his life. Oh, man. It's crazy.
Wild.
It's crazy, man.
Instead of talking about these problems that could be solved by having a conversation that these people don't even need to be in, right? They just need to witness this conversation. Seeing it spoken about openly, seeing men come in front of a giant forum like this, right? This is the entire internet. I know the entire internet isn't going to watch us, but they could.
Let's hope.
Fingers fucking crossed. I'm pushing it out to everybody in the world, right? But if men see things like this spoken about openly, right, I think it would be easier for them to come out and speak about their problems. I know for a fact that I needed to hear a bunch of people come out and talk about everything going on in their life before I even considered it myself. And it was podcasts like this that helped me come to the forefront. And I decided that people needed to hear this shit, and I need to be one of the people pushing it, I think.
Yeah, you just need someone to hold space for you. You know what I mean? And talk, someone to talk and show you and come down to your level and show you it's okay. You know, because at the end of the day, man, fucking life has taught us men to suck it up and keep it inside. You know, but that's not fucking reality,
Abso-fucking-lutely.
man. That's not reality. Reality is we're fucking hurting and we need to talk about this shit, man. You know, so many people are dying because of this. Men and women. Doesn't matter. Like, men and women are dying, you know? And kids, at the most of it, kids, man. You know, like,
Absolutely.
it's fucking horrible, man. And being a father, it breaks my heart, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And that's another thing. That one man every 30 seconds, did he have any kids that he's leaving behind that he thought he was a failure for, so he couldn't provide, or anything like that, man? All you need to do is talk to people, because there are always somebody worse off than you, right?
Yeah.
Always. As shitty as
100%.
I thought I was, I needed perspective sometimes. Right? Because I thought I was in the worst position in the world, yada, yada, yada. And I went to that rehab and I saw some people that were way worse, bro. Like,
Humbling, eh?
yeah, went down some dark fucking roads. And that helps too. Not to be like, oh, I'm still better than them. But motherfucker, that's where you could have been. Had you not decided to start talking about your problems and start talking about your issues openly and forwardly. Because in my brain, I've got one of those brains that said, that shit isn't going to happen to me. Don't worry about it, Scott. But in reality, it absolutely can happen to you, man.
Yeah, man. And it doesn't matter when you talk about it. There is no, like, it's good to talk about it, obviously, early in time, you know, get the shit, you know, get the ball rolling. But there is no universal clock until it's that time to fucking, you know, I hate to say it, people get to the point where they want to take their life. And I know how it feels. But let's hope it never gets there, you know. But that's the end of the clock, I guess you could say. But there is no time. Like, there's no time for, like, if you want to do it tomorrow. But do it. If you're gonna say you're gonna do it, man. Like, speak out. Go find the help. Go talk to therapy. You don't even have to go do treatment, man. Get a therapist. Go talk to one of your friends, you know, or call the helpline. Fucking our world is crazy now. You got ChatGPT. Talk to the fucking ChatGPT, man.
Fucking call us. Email us.
Definitely us.
I put my
It's
email out there
crazy.
for everybody, bro, and I know you do the same. You do the same.
100%.
If you don't feel like talking to somebody you know, talk to us. We talk to thousands of people. Thousands.
Yeah, man.
It's not like we're going to single you out, bro. We just want to help. And if a conversation or an email or a fucking podcast will help save, like, just one dude, I'm down. I'm 100% down.
Yeah, man. This is why we do this, right? At the end of the day, this is why, like, I know you too, but this is why Raw Minds was built, you know, because I lost my fiance. I felt alone. I didn't want to live anymore. I felt like everything was gone, you know, like I was going through a dark spot and I felt alone, man. You know, and I didn't want other people and other men to feel alone. So here's Raw Minds. You know, I built this to help. You know, this no judgment free zone here, man. Like, you can talk whatever you want. I will listen and fucking give you the best advice and the realist at the same time. If you're being a stupid idiot, I'll tell you being a fucking idiot. You know, but that's real love. That's real
It's
love.
true.
I'm not going to sugarcoat you your shit.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah. Yes, you
More
have.
than once, I think. But in the same token, right? Like, just talk. Just talk.
Yeah, man.
We built this podcast for very similar reason. We called it Dad Talks, not because we're dads and we're talking, although it kind of seconds for that, so it's kind of nice. But Zachary and I would sit down and have a dad talk to some of these kids that we worked with at the time. And these kids didn't have fathers to sit down and give them that fucking talk, right? Like, they didn't have somebody to tell them, no, you're not supposed to do this kind of shit like this. And no, that's not acceptable. And no, why are you, mostly no. But sometimes, yes, we're all about positive reinforcement too. But the dad talk came about for those times when you need a dad to sit you down and tell you the right path, right?
Yeah.
And we by no means have the fucking answer. But I've been through a pile of shit, man. Right? And I can give you a good insight on a pile of shit. Yeah. I don't know. And now my pile of shit has broadened into addiction, mental health awareness, the psychology of modern man. We're trying. Like, I'm trying to better myself so that I can help that one guy.
I love it, man. And you know what? That's what it is. It's paying it forward at the end of the day. Paying it forward, man. That's what we're all trying to do, and just save lives. I mean, like, I won't go into too much detail, but I've helped a lot of men, help unalive themselves since I've made this podcast, which is huge. But just the first person that I helped, man, that I could have quit the podcast right there. You know what I mean? That's just was amazing achievement, just helping one person. Obviously, I don't want to just help one. I want to fucking help everybody. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But I mean, it's a huge achievement to help people, man. And all they needed is someone just to listen. That's all they needed, was just someone there to hold space and listen.
I agree. What's that story that Anthony used to tell me every time? I make him tell me every time we got together.
Starfish?
The starfish story.
Hey, I talked about it in the last 2 episodes.
I talk about it all the time. In fact, I stole it. I wrote it on the board in rehab, for Christ's sakes, because I love that story so much.
It's not chocolate starfish, just so we're clear. It's not the chocolate starfish.
That is another story I told too, but that's for another podcast, one where we're not live, right? But the starfish story, there was the little kid out on the beach throwing starfish out while the tide had gone out, and there were thousands of starfish strewn up and down this beach, and there was a little kid out there throwing starfish out. And some old man walked up to the kid and he's like, why are you throwing the starfish out? It's not going to help. There's thousands of them. And the little kid looks at the old man, looks down at a starfish, picks up a starfish, and throws it out into the ocean, and turns to the old man. It helped that one. I told it wrong. I probably butchered it. But at the same time,
yeah.
you get it.
Yeah.
I love that story. I love that.
Yeah. Well, and that's, like, as you can see here, this side, my new slogan, for the ones we'll never meet. That's my new slogan. So what that is like, I do this podcast. I'm in all these countries, all these nations. It's amazing. All these people around all walks of life listen to me. Women, kids, men, boys, girls, whoever, right? They all listen. I see all my analytics, right? And I appreciate everybody. But this is why I do it. It's for the ones that I never meet. I'm never going to be able to meet you guys, but this is why I do what I do, so you get this little piece of me, and that's why I do this. Raw Minds is for the ones that we never meet.
I like that. That. That's the first time I read it. I've been staring at that screen the whole podcast. That's a great motto.
Right.
And like I told you, Eric, once again, not to stroke you, buddy, but if more people thought like you, this world would be a better place, right?
I appreciate it, man. I mean, I'm just doing what my mom taught me, man. At the end of the day, I'm just doing. My mom, she's my hero, and thank God she was in the hospital. Thank God she's out of the hospital. It's been kind of crazy, a little bit over here, but she's okay now. She was in there for about a week, so good. She's my hero. Yeah.
Was it anything serious?
Yeah, she fell. She broke part of her foot. She had a laceration above her eyebrow, 6 stitches, and she had brain hemorrhaging. So she was bleeding from the brain. Yeah, in her brain. But she's okay now. Everything's okay. They kept her there for just over a week, and I was there with her all the time. And my sister was there. Our family showed up. It was good. So she was loved. So good. And then I got to pick her up last Friday. Just Friday here. Last Friday I picked her up and took her home. So it was good.
Wicked. Good for you, man. I'm glad she's better.
Yeah.
That's scary. Yeah. That's scary.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing too, and I wasn't really going to talk too much about this, and I'm just going to like touch on it a little bit, because I do want to actually make an episode about this. And I think it's time that I kind of release a lot of this truth and kind of the bullshit that I had to go through. I think I'm far enough in my I wouldn't say grieving, because I'm not grieving anymore. I'm okay with everything, but the bullshit that I went through, let's just say through the bullshit I went through with my fiance's family.
Okay.
In the hospital, I ran into someone that told me some stuff that was friends with my fiance. And she just kind of opened the door and said a whole bunch of shit. And the reason why everybody turned on me and gave me a really fucking hard time, and it was because of one person. Because I see through this one person's fucking bullshit. And I'm looking at you, and we are going to have a discussion about this. You may not be sitting in front of me, but we're gonna have a discussion, and hopefully one day you hear this and know how much of a piece of shit you are, to be honest with you, for doing this.
Oh man.
But I learned a whole bunch of stuff, and I want to address it all. I'm going to address it all at the reasons why. And if you guys don't know this, the day my fiance passed away, I got kicked out of the house. They said, "You're not family. You have to leave." The next day I showed up. They told me I had 2 months to move out of their house, which I was staying in, that we lived in, one of their houses that they owned. Then 4 days later, they came into the house and took everything that she owned and just left it in a mess. It was like it was crazy. It was like a fucking lineup of people coming through the door and just fucking mayhem.
Were you at home?
Yeah,
Were you
man.
at home at least? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I was. There's no way, man. I was not gonna be there for that because I don't trust these people, and I was fucking right, And what's even more fucking bullshit about all this shit is a lot of people believe this person, what she said, and she changed a lot of people's opinions against me. And it was funny because I was talking to an old classmate, and they're like, you got to stay sober and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, stay sober? I fucking maybe drink once every 2 weeks or 2 months. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not out there partying. That's not my life, man. I'm a fucking dad, So that kind of like got the ball rolling. And then I walked into this person in the hospital, and the flood doors just opened. And they're like, you know what? I'm not friends with these people anymore, so this is the truth, and this is what everybody was saying and doing to fucking kill your credibility, I guess you could say. But at the end of the day, I know the truth. So fuck you guys. At the end of the day, I know the truth. It doesn't matter. And at the end of the day, that's what all matters. But I think that I need to talk about this because I haven't really talked about it. So it's going to be an upcoming episode here. I just haven't figured it out yet and how to structure it all.
Oh, buddy,
There's
I'll
gonna
come with
be,
you.
yeah, man. Fuck, I'll have you on, man. We can go over some shit before, but it's gonna be. I know I don't blast people on here, but this is something I need to talk about because I think it's wrong what these people did, and especially trying to destroy something, right? So we're gonna talk about some fucking shit. Let's just say that, and I'll let you know when it's coming, but it's coming up.
Okay. Hey, man, I agree. I'm all for it. Especially if you put your shit on blast, like. People think that they could dig into your bullshit and make your reputation shit, right? But if you come out and you're open and honest with everything, like another reason why I'm super honest with all the fuck ups I've had, right?
Yeah.
Like, yes, I was an addict for a short period of time. Yes, I did fuck up. But I'm coming out and telling the world, right? Because I don't want somebody to hold that over me and try and act like I'm a shit stain because of it.
Yeah.
Like, that's bogus. That's the lobster pot, buddy, coming back to cut you.
100%, man. Yeah, and I'm gonna say like everything. Like I've talked about some stuff in the past about it, but I haven't like touched on everything because I just didn't think, I was just trying to be respectful for all the parties involved and everything like that. But at this point now, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
No.
This is like, I was just trying to be respectful. But I found out some more truth, and I think it's just got to be laid out there. And any of my old classmates that are listening to this, they're going to actually know the real truth. And this is it. I'm saying it on fucking the podcast national, man. This is what's going to happen. I'm not scared. I'll tell you what the fucking truth and what happened and everything. And I will say there's two people involved that, man, there's two people involved that were the big problem of why my fiance isn't here today. And I'm going to be talking about everything and releasing it all. I don't give a shit at this point now.
All right. Now you've got me in suspense.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it because that's, as much as I don't dig into gossip and stuff, that's terrible. That two people are the main reason that somebody took their life in a way that they did, right?
Yeah.
That's fucking shit. Those shit people.
Yeah.
And
then they all blamed it on me, right? So, you know what I said? You're going to need people like me to point the finger and say that's the bad guy. Whatever. I'll be your fucking bad guy. I don't care. You're not coming to my fucking birthday party. I don't give a shit what you think of me. I will be that bad guy. Whatever you want. You want me to fucking dress up and fucking put the whole bad guy outfit on? I'll do whatever, man. Like, I call me the bad guy all you want, man. At the end of the day, I know the truth, right? So,
and I think anybody that knows you knows the truth, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you're definitely not anything of a. I spent 45 minutes stroking you already, so you know how I feel about you, right? Like you're not a bad guy. And that's the other thing that people don't understand about reputation like that. If you don't go around acting like the stories that they portray you in, who cares?
Yeah.
Because people are going to know eventually the real.
Well, what the problem
Sometimes it
is
takes a while.
it's my past, right?
Mhm.
And it's my past that a lot of these, let's just say, it's a lot of my old classmates too, man. It's like, they saw me as this wild person that fucking carried guns and got in stupid shit and fired guns in the neighborhoods and just had my house shot up and dealing drugs and all that shit. Like all that shit that comes
Oh
with it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's not who I am. I was just a young little punk that was like literally scared, didn't know where to go in life because my dad wasn't around and I just wanted to feel loved. And I joined a group of guys, and that's what I thought love was, man. And I'm glad that I'm here today to speak on that and try to help people away from that shit at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, I did stupid shit. Yeah, I did. I was I was 13 years old. I burned down a whole fucking house, man. It was like I did stupid fucking shit. Do I regret it? No, because I'm here right now with you. And if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be here. It
Everything
just
in your life has led you here, man. The
100%,
good
man.
and the bad.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. But I'm sorry to anybody out there that I've ever heard. I'm definitely sorry. I'm not that person anymore. And I would never do that to you now. Never. Unless you came at my daughter. That's a whole different fucking ball game, but we won't go there.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I think anybody like us who's had a checkered past, right, is going to have that. But as long as that's what it is, a checkered past. Your past is
Yeah.
your past. I know I have made mistakes and I've hurt people and I've done things I shouldn't have done in my younger years when I thought I was cool as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But now looking back on it, it's not as cool as it was, right? Like it was dangerous
Yeah.
and silly.
Yeah, man. I mean, I can't believe that like half the shit that we did, we still survived. I mean, my sister, like I'll tell you straight up, me and my sister don't have a good relationship.
Okay.
And like she still holds it against me that my mom's house got shot up, and this is like in two, maybe it got shot up, so this is years, like decades ago, and like still holds that against me. It's just, it's wild, man. Some people just can't let go things, and like, I get it. Yeah. I put our family in danger, but I'm not the one that went out there and put the gun in the guy's hand and helped him pull the trigger to shoot it at my house. Like, I wasn't the person. He just got jealous because of money. He was my own friend. And he got jealous because of money. He's not my friend anymore, obviously. I mean, that's my fault for putting myself in those situations, yes, but it's not my fault that,
That was the
maybe it is my
consequence of
fault.
the situation.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I mean,
A little
maybe.
bit, 100%.
But not really. Like, it was jealousy. It wasn't like he was my friend. He was jealous that I was making money and hanging out with my girlfriend at the time more than him. And
Oh,
that's what it
man.
was about. 100%. He got drunk. He pulled a shotgun at my girl at the time, got all mad. Me and my buddy, rest in peace, Chad, tooled him, came back to my house. The other guy had the keys to my car. So we had a cab back. And then next thing you know, I heard my car drive by. I looked out the window. I saw the taillights of it, went down the alley, came back around, and next thing he's saying, "Fuck you, Eric," pack, and then drove off. Then called me about
Wild.
5 minutes later saying, "It wasn't me, man. I'm sorry. Don't tell my dad." I don't know why he said that, but don't tell my dad. It wasn't him. It wasn't him. I was like, why are you calling me and telling me this if it wasn't you? Like, get the fuck, you're an idiot.
Afraid of the beating dad would throw him. Hey, I
Yeah, I mean,
don't
my
blame
dad's
the guy.
not even in my life. He didn't even live. He lives in fucking Powell River. The guy's never met my dad before. I never even talked to him about my dad before. So I don't know,
Wild.
just weird. It was just weird.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things, bro. It's one of those things. I can't even
That is.
explain or converse about it because I can't think of doing something that wild. But
Yeah.
at the same token, the new thing that I started is taking 100% responsibility of every action that happens to me, right? And I find that if I do that, it's an easy way to control my reaction to certain things that in the past I may have flung out about. Like anything at all that happens to you. Your girlfriend cheated on you? It's your fault in there someplace. I don't know why you're upset, right? Anything that happens to you is 100% your fault. You got to cut other people out of every algorithm for people. And you're
It's
never
playing victim
disappointed.
mode. That's what it is. It's playing victim mode, man. Don't be a victim and fucking own up and take accountability for your actions.
Exactly.
You
Like
know?
there was some sort of action in there someplace that led to this consequence.
Yeah.
Figure it the fuck out.
Yeah. And then change it so it doesn't fucking happen again. Right?
100%.
Simple. That's what it's all about, man. I do have to say this, and it's going to be at the end. So who knows who's listening at the end? Who knows whatever. If you're listening, you're going to be lucky to hear this. Next week, Clothing Band will be dropping. You can get your Raw Minds hoodies, shirts, hats, you name it. It's going to be out there. I'm going to have the Legacy collection, which is just the logo on the front. And then I have another collection that's coming out with some good wording, and some cool shit, man. So stay tuned
Wicked.
for that. Yeah.
Where can I buy my sweet sweatshirt? Remember we were talking about this back in the day? Can we
I
get one of
can't
those still?
I can, but I don't want to say yet where because I fucked up and it's active right now, but I don't want anybody to go there because I'm waiting for my samples first because I want to check out the samples, right? So I'm going to get the
Fair.
samples either tomorrow, Friday, or hopefully Monday. And then by
Okay.
next week, if I like it, everything's going to just be dropped and hopefully you guys can come out and support.
Dude, that's awesome. I've wanted a Raw Mind sweatshirt
Yeah.
now for how long?
Oh, yeah.
I've been waiting
Well, and we got
patiently.
the new logo, right? So I like the new logo right here, right, with the skull and the Canada flag and shit. So
It is pretty
it's-
sweet, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and there's some other shit coming too, man. So I'm excited. And
Wicked.
actually, this is huge tomorrow because if you guys don't know, I own a nonprofit organization called Raw Mind Society. I know you know this. I'm speaking for the very first time in front of 25 other CEOs of nonprofit organizations. So I get to introduce, and yeah, it's going to be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So
Wicked.
I'm excited for that. Well, tomorrow, but then it'll be in the past when this episode comes out. But tomorrow.
Yeah. That's still
Yeah.
awesome, dude. I'm very happy
Yeah,
for you.
man.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, a little bit, man. I mean, like I've never done anything like this. Like I speak in front of a camera on a screen, right? And that
Yep.
was a big fucking step for me, to be honest. Joey had to fucking pull me right out of that to be able to do this, and thank you, Joey. Much love to him. But never in front of like a group like this, right? So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun, and at the end of the day, who gives a fuck, man? I'm just gonna show up and do what I do best, man.
That's what I'm saying. You'll be fine, bro. That's amazing, though. That's just
Yeah.
the start, man. TED Talks, here
It
you
is,
come.
man. Fucking rights, dude. Well, I'm just introducing, so it's not really anything. It's a meeting on addiction, right? Which is huge.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Huge. So one of the organizers that puts it on, he asked if I would like to, come stand up and talk about Raw Minds and where I came from and what we represent. So I'm gonna plug the shit out of that. So hell yeah, man. And
Dude,
hopefully
that's
I can get
awesome.
my hands dirty and make some waves and change some lives, man. At the end of the day, that's what I want to do.
I'm
So
fucking stoked. Good for you, dude.
yeah, man.
And what a great
Thanks,
topic.
brother.
Like I told you,
Yeah,
that
man.
one hits close to home, so I'm all about it.
Definitely, man. I mean, I've lost a lot of friends to that shit, right? So addiction. So I mean, hopefully, we can nip this in the bud somehow. I mean, let's face it, man. Like, there's always going to be drugs in this world. Always. Someone's always going to make something to get high, to be able to sell
Absolutely.
money. There's always going to be, right? It's just part of life, and it's a sad fucking reality.
I
It
agree.
really is. But the more that we can, cut that down and save lives, man, because like at the end of the day, it's the kids, man. It's these kids that are growing up and getting addicted, 13-year-olds and 12-year-olds. It's sad. Or even that the parents that left fentanyl in their bathroom and their 2-year-old, I think she was 2-year-old touched
Well,
it. Oh yeah, man. Luckily the kid's alive. Like it's shit like that. We gotta fucking, if you're gonna go party, man, go fucking party and don't bring it around any kids and shit like that. And do it fucking with a spotter and someone, like if that's what you really want to do, which like I don't suggest, but at least do it safely, and don't do it around kids and don't involve other fucking kids and shit, man.
I'm going to interject real quick. I know that I think it's 47 cities across America. I don't know what it is in Canada, but they have safe spaces for you to use.
Yep.
They have like vans or rooms set
Safe
up where
injection
they hand
houses
out
and stuff.
clean needles. There's nurses
Yeah.
on standby just in case something happens. God forbid somebody was to die or something, they would have people to bring you back, right?
Yep.
And as much as I don't condone drug use like that, people are always going to want to use drugs. And that is a safe alternative to doing it in some crack house where the people there aren't trained to bring you out of an overdose and they're going to try and jam an ice cube up your bunghole instead of hitting you with Narcan, right?
Yeah. And you can get your shit tested there too. You know, they even test
Absolutely.
it there. I mean, I'm in Vancouver, man. It's fucked here, dude. Like, you can go on the street and buy anything you want. Like, all drugs are illegal or legal. Like, it's fucked.
It's
There's like stores where you can go get shrooms, buy shrooms. You can buy like even acid, like coke, crack. You can buy that shit, man. It's fucked. It's fucked, dude.
in the store?
Well, before this, they took this guy had like a mobile store and he was selling like crack, heroin, fentanyl, like all this shit.
Okay.
They did shut his store down, but like you can carry it. Like there's buddy man, I was getting in an argument with a cop because I was at work and it was like almost 5 o'clock in the morning. We had a delivery.
Okay.
And you can only have it between that time because it's a wide load of the truck, right? So it can't be on the road at a certain time.
Okay.
And it's about, early 5 in the morning. And we start taking off this tarp and this cop rolls up. He's like, where's your noise? Where's your noise variant plan or noise and traffic plan? What the hell? What do you got? You guys can't be working at this hour. I'm like, man, we're just taking everything off. We're not working. We're just prepping everything. He's like, you can't. And I put a cone. He's like, I heard you drop that rubber cone from 2 blocks away. You know, and this guy was a fucking dick. Just a fucking dick, right? So, like, you're coming at me. I'm full of piss and vinegar at this point, man. You're coming at me hard. So, as soon as he shuts his door, I'm like, hey, man, that door was fucking loud. I'm giving you a fucking ticket for noise variant because that door was louder than fucking me dropping my cone that you heard, fucking rubber cone you heard from 2 blocks away. Oh, it was horrible. I'm like, how come you're bugging us? We're building Vancouver. We're building high rises. How come you're fucking bugging us? But behind you, literally, shit you not, there's this fucking lady. She's got a needle in her arm, shooting up, and she's got a fire on the sidewalk. And and he's like, I'm not here for her. I'm like, are you fucking joking? I pretty much just told him to go fuck himself because he's not by law, right? He can't really do shit. He was just a cop, right? So I was go get by law, go fuck off, man. Don't come at me. I would have been totally okay with him, man. You know, but you came at me. I just gave him the same energy. That was in my mid-20s, so I was full of piss and vinegar, man. What do you expect?
Who wasn't?
Yeah.
I mean, I ran out of piss and vinegar a couple of years ago, so I've gotten much cooler in my old age. But absolutely, if some old prick was coming to yell at you about that for nothing,
now it's just water weight, right?
Right? Karen, bothering the blue collar workers of the city.
Yeah,
it's
man,
terrible.
it was a cop. Like, this guy was a dick, man. He was a dick. So I told my guys, don't pick up the cones. I'm like, no. He's like, pick up the cones, put them away because they were on the street. I was like, no, man. So he ended up calling his guys to come and pick up the cones and move them, and then we just put them back again. Like, the cones needed to be there because cars would come around the corner. And it was still dark out. This is like in the wintertime, man. So it's still dark out. Cars would come, and you don't know if the trailer's there. It's just the trailer. The truck just dropped the trailer, right? And then takes off. What if a car came and fucking smoked it? Like, we got to fucking cone this thing off, man. And this fucking idiot's taking the cones away.
It's fucking terrible. Yeah. It is fucking terrible, the shit that they'll do.
I won't say because this episode probably won't get aired. If I say it, it'll probably get kicked off. But I mean, it got really heated, man. It got really heated. Even my CSO came out at the time, and he fucking laid into him, my safety officer. And what he said, I will not repeat it up on here, man. I'll tell you offline. What he said, man, holy, let's just say that made the situation a lot worse, what he said, man. Okay?
Right?
He said, yeah.
I'm sure it didn't make it any better.
Yeah. And then he actually brought down the guy that runs like all the construction, the head of Vancouver, like the city guy, right? And he's the one that says yes, it's or no. And he comes down here, and then he comes up to me, and he's like, when this officer tells you jump, you say how high. And I'm like, I went right up to his face, and I'm like, no one tells me how to tells me to jump. And I just fucking walked away. I walked right away. He's like, I'm shutting this fucking site down. You're never going to be able to build here again. What happened? The fucking site got built, man. People are living in the building. Like, fucking suck it, man. These power trippers, man. You know, that's mental health right there, man. Mental health right there. These power trippers. The cop for a week straight would show up every day, man, come into the office and make sure he checked the paperwork. And when he walked by, I would just smile at him. Just a big smile, because you know what? I was having a great day, man. I was having a great day. I was still at work. Having a great day.
Instigating. Look at you.
But like I said, young and full of vinegar, right?
Absolutely.
Young and full of vinegar. But now, I mean, I'm not going to let anybody disrespect me at the end of the day, right? I won't let anybody talk down or disrespect me, right? I'll tell you how it is, and then go on with my day. You can call me a bitch. You can call me whatever you want. It's not going to bug me, but I will put you in your place and say, like, you're the one that's being an idiot. I was just trying to help, or whatever the situation may be. And that's it. And walk away, man. Sometimes I won't even give my 2 cents anymore. It's not even fucking worth it.
Well, if you break it right down, right, and you took away money away from a common man, the only form of what the fuck am I trying to say? I'm sorry, it's slipping now. The only form of like payment a man has is his respect, right?
Yeah.
And it's how much you dole out as compared to how much you receive. And if you let somebody disrespect you like that, that plummets you as a man. So 100% you're going to say something. Yeah. Albeit when you're younger, you're not smart enough to do it in a way that garners more respect from that person. But you're going to do it how the fuck you think it's going to work, right? And a young man full of bullshit.
I mean, it did make situations worse. I mean, it did make situations better. I'll tell you that, man. There was a police investigation and all that after what being said. But we'll talk. I'll tell you offline, man. I'm not going to talk about it on here. But
no.
Yeah, it was. It was fucked. It was fucked. But I just want to say, man, like, I appreciate you coming back, man, and we got to do this raw dog shit again. Or raw dad, not dog, raw dad shit again.
Absolutely.
Hey, definitely, man.
I'm all about it. Anytime you're available, dude. And if you really like this podcast, come over and watch Dad Talks. Like I said, we're Dad Talks on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you find podcasts. Mostly on YouTube, though. We want you to come and like and subscribe on YouTube. And we've also got TikTok. Man. Yeah, the two big ones. And I know it's just a small action like clicking that like button and it's bullshit, but it really helps us. I know Eric can attest for it, but every like 100%. And subscribe that we get is gigantic for us.
Yeah, man. So yeah, like, show them some love. I've been a big fan of these guys from day one. Scott's awesome, man. He talks the real bullshit and has fun at it at the same time, man. You guys do good things over there, man. So I appreciate you. And I got my love, or you got my love, man. So, do me a favor, people. Hit up Dad Talks, man. And you can find it in the description. Everything will be in the description. So if you can't find them, there's no fucking excuse. It's down there.
Thank you. Thank you. We're not that forceful, man. But we want you to fucking come over too.
Yeah.
And man, I appreciate you inviting me on again. Anytime you get a free week, let me know. We can do this whenever, bro.
Definitely,
I love talking
man.
to you. And it always gets real over here.
Yeah, man. That's what we do, brother. That's what we do. Friends for life, my friend. Friends for life. Well, everybody, I appreciate you all. Stay tuned for that secret little episode that I'm going to put together in the next maybe 2-3 weeks. I got to see what works here. I do have some guests coming up, so got to work around that. But we'll make it happen, and it's going to be juicy, definitely. On that note, subscribe to these guys. Oh, they're that way. Subscribe to these guys and us. Leave comments. Comments are great. We love comments. If you guys like what you hear here, hit us in the comments. If you want to find out where they are, leave it in the comments. I'll send it right back to you. Share it to someone that needs this. It goes a long way. It really does.
Absolutely. And if you want to be a guest, by all means, get a hold of us. We love talking to people, especially if you've got a good story.
Definitely. Say your email, man.
It's Dad Talks, DAD.
Hit them up if you want to be a guest. And us, rawmindspodcast@gmail.com. Well, on that note, brother, thank you, man. It's always a pleasure. We got number 3, Raw Dads Down the Drain.
Absolutely.
Number 4 to come.
It's a pleasure.
All right, brother.
Dude. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Take it easy. Bye.
Later.